Dude, you look happy.
I am happy. I finished my music homework early.
Oh, how do you do that?
Got a little help from someone called the ProbabilityMan.
Dude, he's an escaped convict. He committed serial murder.
Serial murder?
It's like serial killer, but serial murder.
But he was just down the hall helping me.
Freaking run, man.
I
Psychopath.
I gotta go. Thanks, dude.
Hey, buddy, now relax, don't scream. What's the probability that this is all a dream?
I've gotta find him. Kills me. Gotta find him.
Hello, this video is for the FBI only. I believe I have figured out the whereabouts of escaped convict ProbabilityMan. I will show you my math, and yeah, you can go catch him. I will show you where he is. Here I go.
First, I gathered all the data into two separate lists. Then, I constructed a simple scatter plot using the data from the list. If you're too lazy to do this by hand, take a calculator and enter the data into two lists. Go to second, y equals, and make sure the correct lists are selected. Next, select zoom, then press 9. As you can see, this is a direct positive linear correlation. Now we know that the two sets of data are related in some way. Now, before I continue, I was curious if the probability man had committed other crimes other than murder, so I constructed some more scatter plots. In this experiment, I gathered the amount of sightings versus the amount of kittens kidnapped. Now, as the scatter plot shows, there is no correlation. This is because there's no clear line, linear or curved, that can be drawn through the dots. The placement is random. Now, back to the murders. These are serious claims I'm making, so I've calculated the correlation coefficient. For any of you low-class mouth breathers who don't know what correlation coefficient is, it's a measure of strength and the direction of linear relationship between two variables. The range of correlation coefficient is -1 to 1 inclusive and is represented by R. If the two sets of data have a strong positive or negative correlation, then they will be close to 1 or -1 respectively. If R is close to 0, however, then the relation is very weak or non-existent. To find correlation coefficient with a calculator, make sure diagnostic is set to on. Next, hit stat, calc, and 8 to go to linear regression. Enter the two lists and hit calculate. Here you should have the correlation coefficient under R. As you can see, R is 0.9985, meaning the correlation is positive and very significant. On this screen, there's also a regression equation, which is y equals a plus bx. In this case, it is y hat equals 6.3506 plus 29.0519x. So, where is he exactly? Well, according to my calculations, he's right here.
Here? He can't be here. That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh, hey, man!
My 2 cents. Oh, hey, Will.
Nice seeing you!
Oh, it's nice to see you too, Will. How you been, man?
I've been fine. You actually gotta go.
Oh, I don't think you need to go anywhere, Will. It's time for your next math lesson. Shh. Good kid. Good kid. Hi guys! Another video for you guys today. Another prob vlog for the prob squad! Now today, we got a special little guest with us. A nice little victim of mine that I picked up oh so recently. He used to be a previous math student of mine. So, what's your name, little boy?
Will?
Mm-hmm. Do you have a last name, Will?
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Can't believe you just disrespected me in front of the whole prop squad. So let me tell you this, Will. You wanna know what we're gonna be doing today? We're gonna teach you a nice little lesson. A nice little math lesson. The one that the school system should have taught you! But I guess that's where I just have to fix the mistake. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you all about probability, so that way you can learn something useful in life.
You're a sick freak. FBI's gonna knock down your door any second, okay?
You wanna know what's sicker than me? It's when the school education system doesn't teach you life lessons that you actually need. So, you wanna know what we're gonna be doing? We're gonna teach you the most invaluable skill in the whole world. How to gamble. You see here, Will, I knew that the probability of my rhyming would be low before I finally snap. But with that, I've been able to teach more efficiently. Speaking of which, let me teach you how to rule the world with probability. You see, probability is usually done in actions or trials known as probability experiments, which yields your outcome. All the possible outcomes are known as the sample space, and with it, an event is a subset of the space. Yet, with that, there are sometimes trials far too complex with that us maniacal mathematicians have created the fundamental counting principle, which is used to find the number of ways two or more events can occur in sequence. See, if one event can occur in m amount of ways, and a second event can occur in n amount of ways, the number of ways the two events can occur in sequence is m times n. This rule can be extended to any number of events occurring in sequence. So if I were to go off on and commit my usual crime of serial murder, I'd only have 1 Red Bull and 1 Green Bull, 3 meals and 7 cereals I can consume. Which means that if I take the number of bowls I have, the 3 meals you should have in a day, and the number of cereals I can choose, from that would mean I would have a total of 42 different ways to consume cereal. Now, since we have the data and how much ways it can go, now we have to figure out the type of probability. There's classical, empirical, and subjective probability. Classical is used here when each outcome in a sample space is equally likely to occur. This is calculated by the number of outcomes in the event over the total number of outcomes in sample space. So, for example, if we take the probability of me eating Trix at lunch with my Red Bull, the number of outcome is 3 out of 42. Different outcomes, meaning the probability of that would be 0.0714, which is higher than the probability the FBI is going to stop me. Empirical is based on observations obtained from probability experiments, and that's the frequency of the event over the total frequency. So, for example, if we take your research and divide it into 2 categories, one being the number of murders I have made from my first sighting, and what brand they were. So, from the data, the probability that Cheerios were going to be the 31st target eaten that day would be 9 out of 30, or 0.3% of a chance. And finally, there's subjective probability, which is really an educated guess. So, for example, if I were to eat you like a box of Cheerios, the probability of me eating you in one sitting would be like 0.4%. Well, Will, it's been fun. Hope you enjoyed the video, but I gotta end you.